Another important concept in calculus is function composition, and the reason it's so important is later in the semester we will learn about this thing called chain rule, and chain rule really relies heavily on a student's understanding of function composition. So we want to take some notes about this. If f and g are functions, then the composition of f and g is defined by this notation. F circle g of x is f of g of x, provided that g of x is in the domain of f. Similarly, we could compose g and f, provided f was in the domain of g, but we'll just leave it like this for now. So here's a picture of what's going on. We have some sort of set here of x's, and we apply g to these x's, and we get the range of g is g of x. We then apply f to those g of x's, and we get, so this is g, this is f, we get f of g of x. The composition f circle g takes us directly from the x's to the f of g of x's. So we'd like to do some examples. And in this example, we're going to let f of x equal the square root of x. We're going to let g of x equal 2x minus 1. And we're going to let h of x equal x squared. So example 1. We're going to compute f of g of 5. So f of g of 5 is f of g of 5, written this way, which is f of, now what is g of 5? Well, g of 5 is 2 times 5 minus 1, 10 minus 1, which is 9. So g of 5 is 9. And now we are applying f to 9. So what is the function f? F is the square root f is the square root of 9, so we have the square root of x, so we have the square root of 9 here, which is 3. Oops, I just undid that. This is only my third video. In our next example, example 2, we're going to calculate g of f of 5. So in this case, we first need to find f of 5. So f of 5 is the square root of 5. And there's nothing we can do to simplify that expression. So we have g of the square root of 5. And so now we have 2 times the square root of 5 minus 1. And that is as simple as we can make that expression. So next, we are going to take h of g of f of 9. So this is equivalent to h of g of f of 9 and so the first thing we do here is calculate f of 9. If we recall, f is the square root function, so this is equal to 3. And so we have h of g of 3. Oops. And now we're going to find g of 3. So g of 3, if we recall from above, our function g here is 2x minus 1. So g of 3 is 2 times 3 minus 1, which is 5. So we have h of 5 and now I have to look back up here again. What was h? H was x squared. And so we get 5 squared, which is 25. And so that completes our first lesson on function composition.